Tips to keep you safe amid a world that is becoming more violent and crime is on an increase, big time. Hey everybody, this is Michael with Asymmetrical Preparedness. We hear about lots of different things. People being attacked at the store, at the restaurant, at, being followed home, just lots of different things. Attacked in the parking lot, there's a lot of stuff. Crime is increasing, especially violent crime, because law enforcement has been restricted and diminished to the point where they're a lot less effective. And with the increasing crime due to a lot of things going on in society nowadays, they're even less able to keep up with it and to respond to everything that they should be responding to. So some of the things, a lot of this has to do with situational awareness. Some tips to keep you safe and to keep your family safe. Knowing what's going on around you. You heard the term keeping your head on a swivel. That means just paying attention to what's going on around you. Just kind of keep looking, look behind you, know who's behind you, know who's around you. In a most urban environment, you might need to also look up. If you are maybe walking down between buildings or something, I don't know. But I'm mainly getting at, okay, say you're in a store and you're buying groceries and then you go to your vehicle and you go home, just like always, right? Okay. So that seems to be one of the most common places where people are affected by this situation. So, situational awareness, keeping your head on a swivel, knowing what's going on around you. Paying attention when you're leaving the store, walking from the store to your vehicle. Is there anybody following you? Is there anybody hanging out around your vehicle? Is anybody just standing there or sitting in a vehicle observing you? I know it's a lot to look at and a lot to think about and a lot to analyze, but you got to get good at it. You got to pay attention to these kind of things. And then when you get to your vehicle, one tip and one hint is that I see happening a lot, and it makes me cringe. I'll see a lot of times mother with a baby by herself, and she just pulls the cart up, pulls the cart up the vehicle, opens up the door, crawls in, come back, totally exposed, cart sitting off to the side that somebody could just run up, grab it, and take off. Or they could attack her or whatever it is. Then she's buckling her infant in. Okay, little hint, little trick. Not necessarily the end-all be-all, but it might help. Okay, so, and this is even when you are offloading your groceries. Say you're putting them inside your car. Trunk is a little bit different, but inside your car. Okay, what you want to do is, say the vehicle door opens like this. Well, instead of just having the cart sitting here and having this big wide open spot, access to you and the cart and everything like that, the door opens up like this. You park the cart like this, between touching the door and touching your vehicle, creating this little triangle space for you to sit there. The door's right here behind you. Just sit there and grab. So the door is a blind spot. And yeah, they can come under the door, sure. Over the door, okay, I get it. But that's why you want to keep your head on a swivel at all times. But you offload, you put it over here. You kind of quick glance around, you offload like that. Putting your cart right there, making that safe little triangle kind of thing for you, that's the way you offload your cart into your vehicle. If you are at your trunk, well then, my best thing is I just say, here's the back end of your vehicle. Your vehicle is this direction. Put it up on one side. Just tee it into the back of your thing. Open up your trunk and then stand right here and or angle it a little bit. So there's only one little access point. What that does is you can keep an eye on that access point. Situational awareness, yes, keeping your head on a swivel at all times. Driving home, pay attention to what vehicles are around you. This is all the time now. I pay attention to vehicles. What vehicle's been behind me for a while? and I may just go around the block, make a circle, take a turn where I'm not going to turn anyway, go around the block and come back and continue on my way, just to make sure that that vehicle clears. And I'm not picked up by, a pickup vehicle, which, I mean, that's a little more advanced. I mean, if there's people at that level coming after you, you probably are, you're not going to stand a chance, because you don't have the training, you don't have the skill sets to evade something like that. But just common criminals is what we're talking about. Another thing, when you're out and about with increased crime, increased road rage, stuff like that. When you come to a stoplight, stop sign, anything, vehicle in front of you parks. Say there's a vehicle in front of you. Maybe there's multiple vehicles in front of you, doesn't matter. Vehicle comes up, park. You don't just pull right up behind them like this. Because then, if anything happens around you, you have no options. Back up a little bit. That gives you more options. You may be able to pull off on the side of the road, or into the other lane, or into this lane, whatever. It gives you options, and it also gives you some momentum if you have to hit that vehicle and push it out of the way to get through the dangerous situation. I'm not advocating you hitting anybody, of course not. But if you give yourself that option, depending on what kind of vehicle you're in, what kind of vehicles are around you, because that's what they'll do a lot of times. That lead vehicle and the vehicle behind you will be working together. They will stop. They will slam on their brakes, whatever it is. You stop too close to them. The other car boxes you in. Everybody jumps out from those vehicles and they mob you and they take you, they kill you, whatever they're going to do. Another smart thing is anytime that I feel that I might be going into an area that is higher threat, I don't drive my little commuter car. I drive my big A truck because it's a 1-ton Super Duty diesel. I will push almost anything out of the way, in front of or behind me or beside me. Big truck, yes. Because it has the torque that it will push things out of the way. But anyway, so if you do have a truck, a larger SUV, or just a bigger vehicle in general, if you think you might be going into a situation where there might be increased threat level, might be more potential for danger, might be potential for something like this happening, take the larger vehicle that you have. Then you might have more options. Okay, another thing, you get home. For me, getting home and offloading my groceries is no concern, because I live rural. I'm going to hear any vehicle coming up the road way before it gets near me. But say you live urban or even suburban, and there's vehicles going by and stuff like that, and there's more people around you at all times. So if you are unloading your vehicle in an urban setting, then you got to keep these things in mind also. If your stuff is in the trunk, grab a bag, shut your trunk, go in. Try to, I know this is kind of difficult in some situations due to the bulk of the items you're bringing in or something like that, but try to keep one hand free. Try to keep your strong hand free. I know it'll take you more trips to take all those groceries into the house, but if you keep your strong arm free, you can potentially defend yourself with it, or grab a defensive tool to be able to defend yourself. And I highly advocate that use and carrying of defensive tools. But before I go any further, I'd like to encourage you guys to please subscribe, to hit that thumbs up, to share the videos, to comment below, to do all the things that helps us reach more people, to empower and uplift more people. So I really appreciate that. Yes, defensive tools. I highly advocate whether you want to open carry, concealed carry, no matter what it is, if you want to carry a knife, pepper spray, whatever floats your boat, or whatever you have the capability and or ability to carry with you. Have something where you can defend yourself. Even if it's just a little can of pepper spray, that will work. That sucks. I've been pepper sprayed many times and it sucks. Can I fight through it? Yes, I have, because I've been trained and I know that I can because I've been through that. But most people don't. Most people, that have never experienced that and have no experience, they get that, they get sprayed and they pretty much hit the ground or just, they give up. It's not something I want to go through ever again because it sucks. And the grade that you're going to be able to buy as a civilian isn't as bad as the military and law enforcement grade stuff that I was sprayed with, but it still sucks. So give yourself that option. At least have something to defend yourself with. Offloading a vehicle, if you're offloading from like inside the cab, then open the door, and then here's one trick you do. Okay, so say your vehicle's right here. The door opens up like that. Instead of just walking in, keeping your back to the open area, to the access area for them, and grabbing stuff, what you do is say, let me show you how to show you this on film. Okay, say this is the door. It opens up, like here's the vehicle, it opens up like that. Instead of me just walking in and keeping, like, here's the vehicle, here's the door, and walking in like this, keeping my back there, what you do is you just turn your back against the door. And then you can still grab your groceries, and you can see anybody coming from that direction. I get it, the door is still an area where they could come. So keep your head on a swivel, but grab your stuff, take it with you. Like I said, one hand, keep the other hand open or free. And if you start sensing danger, if you're concealed carrying, one of the things I like to do is I will just keep it'll make it look like I'm just sitting my hand like this, but my thumb is actually up under my garment. So it's ready to clear my garment. So as I clear my garment, I can draw and be ready. And that's only for that, specifically for appendix carry. And everybody can't do appendix carry because it's a very body type specific type of carry. It is more difficult for somebody that's a little bit larger to carry appendix for obvious reasons. But even if you're carrying here, just kind of hook your finger like it's in the pocket, so it looks like you're just nonchalant. But keep that thumb up to help clear your garment, and then do your draw. All right. Pay attention. Use all your senses. Sight, smell, sound. Hear what's going on around you. Other things that you can do is have your vehicle properly set up. Make sure that you have plenty of fuel in it so you don't get stuck in some kind of, say there's a mostly peaceful protest, a riot, people burning, looting, doing stupid stuff. You don't want to say you're getting stuck in traffic because that's going on. Well, if you're, say you're at quarter tank or something like that, you're like, oh yeah, I'll get fuel tomorrow or something like that. Yeah, until you're stuck there running your vehicle the whole time because it's, 100 degrees outside and it's hot and you want your air conditioning on, and then you run out of fuel and then you're stuck in that situation. Yeah, just don't do it. Keep your vehicle topped off on fuel as much as possible. I know it's expensive nowadays. Just skip buying that $7 latte for the day and make sure your vehicle's filled up. Yeah, so it's all about mindset. A lot of it's about mindset. When you're, say, in a store or in a business or, anywhere not in your home, in some other structure, always observe the entry and exit points to the building. Identify where things like defibrillators are. Identify where first aid kits are. Identify where emergency exits are. Identify where windows are. Identify where all these different things are so that you can escape if you need to. Like if you're stuck at the back of a store and some bad guy comes in the front of the store, well, you don't want to have to go through him to get out of there, right? So make sure you identify these things. Know where, if you're in like say an apartment building or whatever it is, know where all the fire escapes are, all the ladders, and all that kind of stuff. Knowing, say you're sitting in a restaurant, don't sit at a table right in front with that's wide open and there's people on both sides of you and all around you. Sit somewhere where your back is against the wall. I like corner booths because I can sit in the back. So I got usually, like say that's the back. That's the front of the restaurant. Usually this window, this row, this wall has windows on it. So you can see into the parking lot. You can see any threats coming in to the restaurant. You can see the front door. Usually, like I said, there's windows. Have a way to break a window with you at all times in case you have to do that to get out. Same thing. Know where all the escape routes are. And either put something like a wall behind you or always be checking your six, making sure you know what's behind you. There's a lot of these little things that can help you survive in any of these situations that might arise. Also, before you go somewhere, plan it out. Look up news, look up just different sources online of where threats are. Has there been rioting in this area? Has there been increased crime in this area? You can go on police websites, sheriff's websites, city websites, whatever, stuff like that, and find these things out. So I highly recommend you do that, and that you plan, and that you make sure that you have your defensive tools with you, and you have the ability to use them, and that you're trained so you know how to properly use them. Just having a defensive tool, a handheld defensive tool, say right here, appendix carried, that doesn't make me safe. That doesn't make me Superman. That doesn't make me bulletproof. That doesn't make me a hero. That gives me a little bit more option to survive the fight. It gives you a lot better chance if you're properly trained on it. So get proper training and practice lots, all the time, thousands and thousands of repetition. Take that defensive tool in a safe condition, meaning no seeds in it at all, and practice. Practice clearing your garment, drawing, presenting, putting it away, draw, or if you're back here, whatever, clear your garment, draw, present. If you're in a shoulder thing, draw, present. Whatever situation you're doing, and however you decide to carry it, make sure that you practice drawing, clearing your garments, drawing, presenting, squeezing, sight alignment, control, all that stuff, thousands of times. I know it's boring, I know it gets repetitive, but you'll notice how much smoother you get and how much quicker you get. When milliseconds matter, you will thank yourself for doing that extra 100 reps and getting that nailed down. Because I know a lot of people out there, they think, oh, I'll just strap this thing on and I'm good to go, I'm Superman. No, you're not. Odds are you might, if you have no training on it, you go out and buy a little handheld defensive tool and you throw it in a $10 canvas holster or nylon holster and throw it under your jacket or something like that. Odds are you'll probably do harm to yourself and or somebody you didn't intend to. And that is not a good thing. We have to be careful, very careful, of the innocent people around. We are there to protect others, not to put them in more harm. So think about that. Make sure that you're putting in the reps. Make sure that you are really nailing down your ability to properly employ that defensive tool in a safe manner so that you can help and not hinder or cause problems for others. Anyway, that's some couple tips, some hints. There's probably a lot more out there, a lot more to it. I'm probably just forgetting some also, but I wanted to give you guys some ideas about that because we see increased threats, increased crime. Oh, and also I'll do a shameless plug. Since we're talking about this, I talk a lot about these kind of topics on Patreon. Links in the description below. It's $1 a month. Well worth it. I mean, yeah, we go over a lot more stuff like this, defensive related, security related, tactical related, all that kind of stuff there, because you guys know this platform ain't the best for that kind of stuff, right? Anyway, have a wonderful day and blessings to you and yours.